Hi, welcome to Market Starts Create Growth series. Today we're going to be hearing from Kacey Harmon on how to adjust your sales pitch. Without further ado, let's send it over to you, Kacey.
Yeah, thanks Connor for having me today. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about your chameleon sales ability. What I mean by that is, I don't know if you've ever watched a chameleon in the real world and seen how they change and adapt to the different things that are around them, kind of their environment. It's fascinating to watch in real life. You can do the same as a sales rep as you're going through and trying to find prospective buyers and closing them on new deals. There's 3 steps that you can do as you're going to try and convince your buyers and help them along the journey towards purchasing. The first step is recognizing what kind of buyer you're dealing with. Really here, what you're trying to do is feel them out a little bit. Understand what type of things influence their buying behavior. If you think about yourself, it might be data, it might be emotion, it could be maybe referrals or reasons why other people have purchased as well. You might have a specific pain point. Your buyers have the same thing. So looking at them and understanding what influences their buying habits is very critical so that you can kind of go forward and move to steps 2 and 3 and help progress this deal through to close. Some examples of what you can do to help understand what type of buyer you're dealing with is to ask questions. With this type of step, you're really just trying to gain an understanding of them. So questions that you might ask could be, what's brought you to talk to us today about this type of product? Or maybe, why have you purchased products like this in the past? Or you can even get very straightforward with them and just ask them what types of things influence you when you're making decisions like this. By doing so, you're just subtly understanding what type of person you're dealing with, or potentially what type of group of people you're dealing with if you're selling at more of an enterprise level. So as you kind of go through this first step in the process, it's really just a discovery phase, because once you identify what type of buyer you're dealing with, you're going to be able to adjust and make changes to your pitch so that you have the best probability to succeed moving forward. Okay, now step number 2, you're going to adjust your pitch. Now that you've identified and understood a little bit more about your buyer and what influences them, you're going to tweak and make adjustments to how you're going to deliver the proposal or the pitch to them. This is different for different types of sales reps. If you're a transactional, more type of sales rep that's going to open up a conversation and close something within that same day, you're going to have to be able to think quickly on your feet and make those adjustments. If it's more of an enterprise or a mid-market type sale where you have opportunities to go back and revise your proposal and come back for another meeting, you're going to have more of an opportunity to make those adjustments and strategically come forth with a plan that's going to give you the best probability to resonate with that buyer. I like to think of it as kind of the head coach analogy. I know we've all heard many analogies about sports, and I'm going to give you another one, but think of it like a head coach for a basketball team. During the first half of the game, they're going to understand the types of opponents that they're dealing with, and then at halftime, they're going to go in and they're going to have some understanding of what they can do to give their team the best probability to win at the end of the game. They're going to make those adjustments, give instructions to their team, and then by going out and executing the new plan, they have a far better chance to win the game, or in your case, win the deal. So now you're on to step 3 of your plan, which is to execute the plan. And if you've done it correctly so far, your clients or your prospects won't even know you've gone through steps 1 and 2. This is where you can kind of act like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, and you kind of get that excellent look. Now's the time to go through with confidence and take those things that you've learned and move forward to close the sale. What you're going to do is you're going to emphasize the aspects of your product or your service that you have and tailor it to be fit to what they like to buy with, or their influences, or what resonates with them, and have your product solve that problem. When you marry those two together, the things that influence them and the problems that you're going to solve for them, it's a perfect combination for them to feel like this is the product that they would like to buy. Remember that as you're also going through this step, if you have the chance, and maybe your buyer is really into data, or they make their decisions based on data, but you might not be all that well off to speak about data. Leverage the resources you have within your company and do some team selling. Bring on somebody that can speak to data. Bring on somebody that understands how they can speak that language so that the buyer fully grasp the benefit of your product. And if you do so, like I've said before, you're going to give yourself the best chance and the highest probability to close a sale. You're not going to get every single one of them, but you are going to give yourself a better opportunity each and every time.
Thank you for watching. What did you think? Let us know down below. If you want any more resources, we're going to leave some links in the description below. If you liked the video, click like, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. We really hope to see you next time.